Well, we've got a great view from the cheap seats today out on 17th Street. Oh, no, they changed that to Woodlawn Road, didn't they, Jake?
Woodlawn Road a couple years back.
I forget when they changed that. And the only thing left on Woodlawn Road that is original is the little shopping center there in the 500 block.
Really?
You know where Mrs. McCormick owns it there? Yes, this was 17th Street.
What do they call Woodlawn Mall now, I believe.
I think it is.
Yeah.
There's little Chinese restaurants there and auto technologies and so forth.
Chopsticks, beaches,
Yes.
candy salon,
And
Casey Ultrographic. We can go down the list.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what about that main break the other day?
Oh, that was a beautiful thing. I actually had my employees take a little bit of time off, driving their vehicles over there and take a look at it. It was, quite the impressive sight your water company put on for us here in Lincoln, Illinois.
Yeah, in 33 years, that's the biggest show on a main break I've ever seen. One of my co-workers, of course, called me there. We all had to go there and get the water shut off and repair it. But
I thought it'd be cool if there was some way you could harness it and make it so you could recycle the water and just have it continuously flow. It'd be kind of like Old Faithful in Lincoln, Illinois.
Yeah, it was 3,400 gallons per minute, but it didn't hurt our production.
Oh yeah,
how we were doing it. It turned out good. Yeah.
It was quite the sight seeing water shooting out of the ground in about, I don't know, it was about a 2-foot diameter, it looked like.
Well, it was about a softball-sized hole blowing out of there. We got a clamp on it.
Wowzer.
Yeah. First of all, I should have saluted all our armed forces, the soldiers and sailors and Marines around the world, especially in Afghanistan and Iraq and wherever they defend freedom. It was very breathtaking when the young Marine threw the first opening pitch there of the World Series, triple amputee, and he was out there with a couple of the Frisco players and Willie Mays, and quite an honor to
Looked like he belonged there, though, didn't he?
And he whipped it in there.
I tell you
through
what.
a strike.
You know what? He was a Marine, too, if I'm thinking right.
Yeah, he was a Marine.
Overcoming and adapting, that's the motto there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, we want to give our best wishes to the Lincoln Cross Country team. They kick off their run this morning at 10 o'clock at the Hickory Point Golf Course in Decatur. And they've got a new coach this year, and I just read about her. Her name is Caitlin, I hope I pronounced this right, Kwiatkowski. And she definitely had to be a cross-country runner before because she had them running sprints and all different kinds of exercises. And but I did a lot of running back in my day. Used to run 4 miles every morning, ran the big marathon. So it'll be a fun run for them today over in the golf course in Decatur. And going for Lincoln, the girls are Maddie Cooper and Brianna Bately, or hope I pronounced that right, Lexi Clockengay, Lizzie Herzog, Tiffany Strickler, and a freshman by the name of Kirsten Harder. I hope I pronounced that right. And the guys are Andrew Wibben, Jake Day, and John Davis. I believe they run 5,000 meters. That's 3.1 miles. I think there's probably a lot of hills over on that golf course.
I would assume, yeah.
I don't know if you're a golfer or not.
A little bit. Which golf course was it?
Hickory. I think I was over there back in the day, back in the 70s. Hickory Point Golf Course.
Yep.
And they'll take off. And if you've ever seen the start of a cross-country meet, it's beautiful. All the different colors, and they're lined up for a quarter of a mile, all over the hills and dales. So pretty spectacular.
Yourself like jumping into one of them races, Bob. I could see you doing that, actually.
Well, when I was a freshman, I made a horrible mistake, and back then the principal was Jack Hodgson. And he told me to take my time. Well, I didn't listen. I took off sprinting the first mile, and then I was winded, and all the veterans just slowly kept passing me. And then at the end of the race, you got to, I don't know what hole that is, where the hill is, where we go to the beginning.
Yep.
That's the end. You got to come up that hill and then sprint.
You were done.
I was dragged.
Bring out the golf course.
That's
or
right.
Golf cart.
Yeah. So we got a lot of things in sports to look at, Jake, this morning. Of course, the World Series, the 3-home run job by Pablo Sandoval.
Yeah, absolutely. Giants now have taken the lead 2-0 going into Game 3 Sunday at 8 o'clock Eastern. Vogelsong versus Sanchez. You know what? So far, it hasn't been much of a series. You know, Giants took advantage of the fact that they went 7 with the Cardinals. Going 7, what it did, I think it just cooled the Tigers off. Kind of like in 06 when the Tigers, they actually got worked pretty good by the Cardinals in 06. They went in cold, and I think that's what happened here. I don't think the Giants could be playing with them if they were playing how they were playing against the Yankees. But fortunately for the Giants right now, they're kind of on a hot streak, and they caught the Tigers at the right time, it looks like.
Yeah. Well, that second game was nip and tuck, but that first game, I don't think anybody could have stopped Sandoval. All three of those pitches, I think, were out of the strike zone.
That's exactly. He's one of those bad pitch hitters. He can go after a pitch that's nowhere near the zone. He'll expand it. He can drive it the other direction. He's kind of deceivably strong, but he makes really solid contact, and he's a good line drive hitter. He's fun to watch.
Yeah,
definitely.
He looked like he was playing wiffle ball. He was having so much fun. That last one he hit reminded me of a home run I saw Willie McCovey hit. Like when I was in Pony League in 1960. It looked like a line drive to straightaway center.
Oh, McCovey crushed him though, didn't he?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a monster of a man.
Yeah. Have you ever been to San Francisco?
I have not. Actually, that's one of the ballparks that's on the list here. So.
Oh, you got to go to the city someday.
Really?
I've been all over the United States. That place is beautiful. You can take the tour out to Alcatraz.
Yep.
And that's
Golden Gate Bridge and all that kind of stuff. I'm kind of a historian. I like that kind of stuff. I like things with American history involved. And when you think going west, San Francisco's got to be on or near the top of any list.
Yeah.
Plus, you get up there, you're near Napa Valley and all that stuff too. And
yeah.
I don't know what's there, but it sounds like it's fun.
Oh, it's a blast. If you cruise the coast from the Napa Valley, John Muir, the redwoods there, the National Forest, on down to San Diego, you can't go wrong.
Really?
Except the military, they kind of own south of L.A. to north of San Diego.
Yep, my nephew's there now.
Yeah, you can't go surfing there because the SEALs and the Special Forces and the Marines are all there. So that's wouldn't be a good place to stop off. But any place besides that, Big Sur and Monterey and all the beaches along L.A. and San Diego. Great place to go.
The closest I've ever been to going west is Las Vegas. I don't know if you can really count that, to be honest. I mean, you land on a plane and it's its own world.
That's just a town that the mob built in the middle of the desert.
Right. There's an Eiffel Tower there, so what else do you need?
That's right. Yeah, the Eiffel Tower and the Statue of Liberty's there.
Statue of Liberty, you got the New York, a lot of fun hotels out there. Actually got lost in Caesar's Palace.
Yeah.
They've got like 4 different casinos in one casino, and they all look the exact same. The entrances are the exact same. I got spun in a circle. Couldn't find my, at that time, fiance for, it took me about an hour and a half just to find her.
Yeah, you got lost in there. Well, speaking of that, my daughter Jackie and her husband Cody got married at the Bellagio 3 years ago.
Nice.
So that was a lot of fun. And afterwards, I had to head over to Caesar's Palace. I got a history at Caesar's Palace. In '73, my brother and a friend of mine, we went on like a 12,000-mile road trip around the United States. And we stopped in at Caesar's Palace. We had this old station wagon.
This story has all the makings of something
wrong.
Well,
it's the roulette table.
Okay.
The big-time roulette table is right when you come in through the doors. And back then, you played real silver dollars.
Oh, really?
So in the minimum was 2 silver dollars. So I put 2 silver dollars on the red on the roulette and won. So I won my $4. So in '93, I was on vacation out there with my family. And I put $5 on it. Back then you had to get tokens or whatever they call them, chips.
Yep.
And I won on the red. So this time I'm going to play big time, and I don't know, it's a Friday night or Saturday night. The table is just surrounded by these big, I got stacks of chips out there. And I just reach over with my $5 chip to put it on there. And some guy from Saudi Arabia turns around and he goes, no, $20. So I go, okay. So I get a $20 chip, put it on there, and I won, but it's fun just to play with the big.
You go black or red?
I go red.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. But if I play it for a long time, then I'll kind of watch. But
my one and only time playing roulette, while I was searching for my wife, I won a couple hands at poker, and I was up $300 for the night.
And did you quit?
No. Well, like I said, I was up $300 for the night. So while I'm searching for her, I see this wheel spinning around, and the table's pretty much empty. I asked the guy, "How do you play this?" So simply just go black or red, and winner takes all. That kind of right?
Yeah.
I'll go black, then red.
Yeah.
I'm done.
And it's worse than flipping a coin because there's 2 green notches, double, zero,
exactly
green, and
right.
0 green. So the odd, no matter what the odds are, always against you.
And on top of that, there's no way I can win.
Yeah. Well, this is a sports show. It's sort of like
There's no way to win.
Yeah. Well, what else have we got in the world of sport? We could, if we got a call-in line. Let's have people try to stump us with street trivia.
Oh yeah.
If you can think of some little street in town that we can't think of, Jim will give you something. You know, he's billfold or
Oh yeah.
something.
Well, we'll give him Joe's car and his bib
That's
overalls.
right, Joe Lesson, our cameraman's car.
Which reminds me, we need a quick shout out to Joe. Joe, we're wishing you the best on your recovery. I hope everything goes well, and we expect you back here real soon, buddy.
Yeah. In all season, we put him up on top of the booth. Well,
Yes.
every home game it rained, didn't it? Sleet and rain, 5 games, and he's up
That's
on
probably
top.
what happened to him.
Yeah. Back when I used to do the games with Crazy Sam Adonia, that's where he'd want to broadcast them.
Good
from.
old Sammy.
So you had the all the time on the broadcast, and you're up there freezing to death. You got 2 hoods on.
Boy, Sammy's last year was my senior year in high
That
school.
was 1995.
95, yeah. And 96 he was technically still working, but he took the whole year off because he had vacation
Is
days.
that right?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep. Well, at least that's what he told us.
Yeah.
And I've never heard Sammy BS. I mean,
No.
that's never happened.
Oh no. He had odd ways of giving special credit. It was actually his first year was my last year
Well,
there.
you understand then when I say at the beginning of my senior year I was working for a roofing and seamless gutter company, and my company did his roof and seamless gutters. So
Probably ended up doing it for free.
well, I'll tell you that my senior year was one of the most fun years of my life, and Sam had something to do with it.
I'll bet. 3791 737-3791 if you want to stump Jake Johnston and Bob Verderber on street trivia. A lot of little streets
A lot
out
of
there.
little streets in this town.
Oh, yeah.
My delivery guys found one yesterday that was kind of out of the way, that kind of tested my knowledge, I guess.
Yeah. I've actually had police officers. I had a state police officer call me, and another one stopped me trying to serve warrants. They couldn't find the streets, in some oddball angle or.
Tell them, well, I'll serve it for you, split it half with you.
Yeah, that's right. Well, what else have we got to look to in the world of sports?
Let's see, college-wise, we got Notre Dame football, number 5 versus number 8 Oklahoma
At Norman.
At Norman.
Oh, that's going to be double-digit victory for Oklahoma, even though I'm a Notre Dame fan.
Okay, I was going to say my employee's big-time Notre Dame.
Yeah,
so
I saw his hat.
He'd come over here and bash you over the head with a sofa.
I know, he's a big guy. But anyhow, I was brainwashed Notre Dame fan, especially going to a Catholic grade school. They'd always, win one for the Gipper and Newt Rockne and the Four Horsemen. You watched all those films, and I'll still be cheering for them. But Oklahoma killed Texas. Yeah, at Norman. So what do they wear? Red and white?
Yeah, that'll be interesting with that being that big of a game. What Notre Dame wears for that game, because they've came out with a couple alternative unis this year that have been, to be honest, they should have those things for sale because they would be big-time sellers. But
and Jake, I just heard on the news before I came in that their best running back's got the flu and they left him at home.
Well, they should have.
For Notre Dame. Yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't get that. So breaking news.
But the one thing about Notre Dame, good about them, is their defensive line.
Yeah,
7 strong.
It is very strong, very quick, very agile, and makes a ton of plays. I mean, both they fade back into the running game or passing game as well as clog the front for the running game. So they've got a really tough defense. It'll be interesting. This will definitely be their biggest test. And, of course, they follow up with USC, too. So,
oh, brother.
This could be a really tough 2-week stretch for Notre Dame where you could see them losing 2 in a row.
Is that at USC?
I believe this year's back in Notre Dame, actually.
Is it? Oh, well, that'll help a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Speaking of football, the high school playoffs, last night SHG played.
Yeah, big win last night for SHG in the Central State 8. They had 55 points to 16 over Highland. Young Mr. Junior running back Whitaker had 85 yards and 3 touchdowns on 6 carries.
Wow.
Bob, I could even run if I could be hit that little. I'm pretty sure I could do that and still feel good the next day.
And he's not even their best running back.
Actually, that's a lie. That's a complete lie. 85 yards is out of my league.
You'd have some muscle damage.
That's exactly right. I'd pull up with a daggum torn something.
Hey, in case you didn't know it, we're at Jake's Furnishings, and I'm talking to the man himself, Jake Johnston. We're located at 1100 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln, and Jake's open 7 days a week, And there's all kinds of different items out here. I'll let you tell them about it, Jake. If you want to give them a call, they're at 735-1212, or go online to jakesfurnishings.com.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. We got sale on Bimco mattresses if you're needing a mattress, and we've got some really good deals. We have some closeouts. I've got a love seat over here for about $200. I've got a sofa for less than $300. Actually, a couple different sofas for less than $300. Some recliners for around $200 and maybe even a little less. Just a lot of good values right now. My employees, I gave them free reign, and they kind of got to price a few things this week, and they may have went a little overboard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, they don't care about profit as much, I guess.
You're going to have to rein them in. Well, that's part of their paycheck, so they're going to...
oh boy, they just want something fresh on the floor. So they see something, and we have one piece that's literally only been here for like a week and a half. The employees are like, well, that's not going to sell. Let's just move it.
Yeah.
You're not even going to give it a chance? All right. They take my picks and throw them right out the window.
Hey, Jake, a little bit off the railroad tracks. What about the Lance Armstrong investigation? He, of course...
you know, it's really that's a shame in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
To be honest, knowing what I know of Lance Armstrong, I'm not surprised in any way, but...
You're good friends?
No.
All right.
But for what he's done for Livestrong
right.
Foundation,
definitely, yeah.
Cancer treatment and everything, he's done a lot of really good things on that end.
Yeah.
And it's really a shame that it's had to been drugged with this scandal, because I mean I think his Livestrong's raised like almost $500 million.
Oh yeah.
It's over $500 million, I believe. Well, in as short a period of time as what he's been involved with that, and since that's been created, that's a huge amount. You got corporations that don't donate that much money.
No.
So I think that's pretty awesome. Like I said, unfortunately, on that end of it, when it comes to the actual scandal and stuff, let's face it, a cheater's a cheater.
Yeah. But the crazy thing about it, they're not going to give the medal to anybody from those 7, because the top 3 racers, 20 out of 21 of them, and all 7 of those races were on the dope. Well,
and cycling, to be honest, is they say is the most corrupt sport in all of sports.
Yeah.
It's widespread doping, and it's still currently going on. They keep improving testing. They keep improving ways to cheat. So every year you're going to hear, if you pay attention to cycling, every year you'll hear 15, 20 guys get tested positive.
Right.
Normally you don't have guys win as long as what Lance Armstrong did. That's what's, if he would have only won, let's say 4, you probably would never hear about this.
No.
It would have faded. He won 7. So it gave him a long period of time for them to be able to investigate and find somebody that'll speak up and drill somebody, and that's basically what happened. They took one of his teammates and got him to roll, and now it's going downhill.
They got him all. And and speaking of that, when I pick my all-time baseball team, I can't put Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds on there, or Mark McGuire, or Sammy Sosa.
I completely agree.
I'm old school. I still believe Hank Aaron and Roger Maris have got the home run records.
Absolutely. Yeah, you look at Roger Maris, and to be honest, even with that, a lot of people still feel Babe Ruth has it. So, if you want to go even a little more old school than that, because of the difference in how many games they played. But
well, I take an exception to that because of the I guess the color barrier, because Babe Ruth didn't have to play against the guys from the Negro Leagues.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So
you throw a couple of those guys in there, and Satchel Paige and a couple of those guys, and it may
Josh
be a totally
Gibson.
different story. So
yeah,
Josh Gibson, he would have probably been the all-time home run leader.
Yeah.
If he would.
He's my all-time catcher. I got him batting 5th.
Really?
Yeah. I got Willie Mays leading off.
Got him above bench, huh?
No. Oh yeah, and Yogi too. Johnny didn't even make the team. Yogi's a backup catcher.
Wow.
And I got Willie Mays leading off in center, of course. Ted Williams is batting 2nd and left.
Oh, I like Teddy ball game.
I got Hammer and Hank in right batting 3rd.
Okay.
Batting cleanup, I got Lou Gehrig at 1st. And then I have the aforementioned Josh Gibson catching, batting 5th.
Okay.
Batting 6th at 3rd, I got Mike Schmidt. Batting 7th, Of course, you can tell I'm a Cub fan. I got Ernie Banks playing shortstop.
How could you have Ernie Banks playing shortstop?
Well, you know
he
what?
had the range of a first baseman.
Well, he's a home run hitter.
You got every position's a home run hitter.
That's right. And, well, Jackie Robinson, I got him batting 8th at second.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Jackie could cover some range. Well, that'll help. And then I guess you got Mike Schmidt over there at third, so he's gonna cover up the other holes. So.
And Ernie Banks is just a good guy.
Well,
if you're going up against the aliens, you got to have Ernie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I would have taken the Wizard of Oz, but that's my personal thing. In my opinion, I've always been shortstop, catcher, center field need to be your best defensive players. 1, 2, and 3, and then have another good one there at second base.
Right.
You need to be strong up the middle. So I would definitely went Ozzy at shortstop.
That's the only place you disagree with.
Other than that, yeah, I mean, you're pretty strong all the way across there, to be honest. I mean, I'd probably tweak it a little bit. I probably wouldn't go with Jackie or Mike Schmidt at third. Probably go Robinson at third.
Brooks Robinson.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who I'd go at second.
I saw Brooks play in the World Series once.
Ty Cobb, wasn't he a second baseman?
Yeah. No, he was a center fielder.
He was center field, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think it's second base.
Oh, Willie Mays.
Willie Mays would be there.
Yeah.
Willie Mays is definitely there.
Yeah.
Stan the Man and
he's a pinch hitter on my team.
Yeah, I mean you got Ted Williams and Stan the Man left. Good God, whichever way you go would be one of the best hitters of all time.
Now I got Sandy Koufax starting the first game.
No way, Bob Gibson's the best pitcher of all time.
Well, he's on the team. It could go either way.
Yeah.
I can start either one.
Yeah,
and
Bob. If you have a game, if it was Game 7 of a World Series.
Oh, you go with Bob.
Bob Gibson's the best pitcher of all time. He's absolute nails, and he needed glasses, and he pitched.
I think we've got a phone call on the street trivia. No? That's Jake getting another customer. They're coming in and I hear right and left, and they're calling him. So, I think we're going to have to take a timeout on that note, and we'll come back with the rest of the baseball team. And thanks for listening. We'll be right back.